Um,
Like, I don't know how to fix it.
Just stand up, I believe. Just use those legs.
I'm standing up, like in real life. What
Okay.
if I crouch in real life?
that just made your hands go really weird. Oh god, what is happening to your knees?
This is... I don't know how to
now,
fix it.
now you're just pretending to be a bunny rabbit?
This has honestly made my day. You, sir, are amazing.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to.
Price range were you thinking of?
I have a rubber chicken with a bully in the middle.
Will you take it?
Hey, of course.
Wow,
Your
Stan,
credit's
he
always
has
good at
credit
Stan's.
from a store.
It doesn't matter if you've had credit problems in the past. Divorce, chronic gambling mishaps.
Oh boy, we've all had
who am
those.
I to judge, right? If the storekeeper trusts you enough to give you a letter of credit, then you must be an honest man with a steady income, right?
Yeah, Stan. He
right.
wouldn't have stole it
Let's
from the
get down to
storekeeper.
brass tacks,
He
shall
wouldn't
we?
be a pirate
I know
or
you
in
want it.
between jobs.
You know you want it, and I know that you know that I want to sell it, so...
I think I can live without that particular piece of junk.
Wow, does your wife know you're such a cheapskate? But wait, there's more. Did I tell you about the elevator made with wood from Burgundy wine casks?
Stan, that's just stupid.
I think I can live without that particular piece of junk.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of decadent, isn't it?
It is a little bit
But
decadent,
wait,
Stan.
there's more. Did I tell you about this simulated wood siding?
I think I can live without that particular piece of junk.
Okay, but I'm telling you, barnacles hate simulated wood. But wait, there's more.
Stan, with simulated... Ew. We've literally got nothing. This is, the biggest Steve, and you know what I'm talking about, you know, keeping it going up and down, a little bit all around. How's it going, Cobber? Yeah, it's good to see you, Nick. How you doing, mate? He wouldn't be a pirate
I know you
or in
want it.
between jobs.
You know you want it, and I know that you know that I want to sell it, so...
Let's
Let's
talk
talk
extra.
extras.
Extras? You want to talk extras? Great! This baby's loaded with extras.
We've
For
got
instance,
extras for days.
Did I tell you about the porthole defoggers?
Oh, you don't want to be out on the sea without some porthole defoggers, do you?
Haunting family homes. Talking Yara Yokai will anger and increase its Even a though. Oh god. You're dead.
Dead.
So,
Oh, that's a
Steve died.
unfortunate spot for my body. It just looks like I headbutted the shelf.
We definitely headbutted the shelf that day. God damn it, game. Said you loaded controller, and then you don't actually load the controller. I'm gonna have a fit. There's nothing ever worked the way I want it to work. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we can close that. Why? Game, please. I'm gonna have a fit in a second here. Right, we'll close it one more time. Disconnect, reconnect the controller. And we'll start the game. And that should do it. Why does it not load in screen properly? Why is it not detecting the gamepad correctly? Try one more time. Close Steam, restart Steam, and we'll do it. Okay. Third time's the charm. Right? Right. Play. Drink! Oh my god. One more time. One more time. Otherwise, I'm playing with mouse and keyboard today, I guess. I don't really want to do that. I don't particularly do that. If I don't have to. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, now let's bring back up. Load game. Alright. Where we are. Apparently we've played 5 hours of this. I don't feel like I'd played that much of it, but here we are. Yeah, my biggest problem, so I use the PS5 controller, and Steam has generally good controller support, but not fantastic. So it kind of makes things a pain in the ass when using PS5 controller. Now the last thing we did was destroy the Dreadnought. And I don't remember if we came back into Cornelia. No. Okay. Gordon, Minwoo, and Steve. I have one last request to ask of each of you. Please, listen closely. Gordon, you've grown so strong. I want you to lead our army. Do all you can to help Hilda. My liege, I swear my life. I swear it on my very life. Minwoo, you know of the legend. Legend speaks of the ultimate magic that was sealed away. The seal may only be broken when the world stands at the brink of destruction. I believe that time has come. Do you agree? I do. The time to break the seal and binding the ultimate tome is upon us. Steve, I would have you go to Deist, home of the Dragoons. I was told that all of the Dragoons were slain in an attack by the Empire, yet I refuse to believe there are no survivors in so noble of a group. If we are to stand against the might of the Empire, I am convinced we will need the Dragoons and their wyverns. If you combine your efforts, the day of our victory will come. This I ask of each of you. Take care of Hilda. Your Majesty. And now he's dead. We should save our tears for another time. We must carry out the king's last wishes. We each have our duties. Let them not go unfulfilled. It's gonna take Gordon off me again. I think it is. It does. It take his items off him. Yes. We're gonna have to get Furion's, Steve's, attacks levels up, but that's fine. When the Emperor first moved against Dice, we dismissed the attack as a mere skirmish, but the Emperor feared the power of the Dragoons. He meant to work them out. Some say Dragoons can speak the language of Wyverns. If you go to Dice, you may find Wyverns that yet live. A Wyvern would make for a most advantageous ally. You should visit the port of Paloom and seek out a ship to take you to Diced. Sure. Whatever you say, my friend. Problematic, okay. The first time I was being really, like, stringent on, like, oh no, I only want him to know, you know, sword skills and stuff. Fuck that. Okay. Did they sell mithril axes in this town? I don't know if they did. I think I got the mithril axe by chance. How much gil do I have right now? 45k. I don't remember where I was buying stuff. It's problematic in of itself. Well, they almost got a weapon skill up off one fight, so that's good. They seem a little too convenient. We're waiting outside the city for you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're set to go. Does seem a little bit convenient. How am I looking item-wise? I should probably go and buy items and rest at an inn. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Items. Buy items. Probably a waste of money, but I don't particularly care. Fine. What does this guy sell? Good stuff. I'd probably want a couple of Phoenix Downs just so I don't have to rely on life spells. Should be fine. Very convenient ship travel, this one. Trusting pirates doesn't say much for the space you got between your ears. We'll spare you your lives, but your loot be ours now. What's this? Is it a fight you be wanting? You really are stupid. Get 'em, boys. I don't care that Layla has a male pirate voice. Well, they don't do much damage. It's fine. Thanks, guy. Thanks, Steve. Nice. Steve should at least get his weapon skills up here. I should probably use Thunder just to get it ranked up a little more. Good thing these pirates aren't too threatening. A decent battle to get my weapon skills up with. Wow, I was expecting that to actually kill him. It's unfortunate. Cool. Knife, spear, and sword. Enough. I know when I'm beat. Go on then. Do what you're gonna do and be done with it. What are ye up to? You want to fight the Empire together? A bunch of outcasts like us fighting right alongside the likes of ye. I think I like the sound of that. To your posts, boys. Whether it be diced or the edge of the world will get ye there. Layla joined the party. On ya, Layla. Why has she got such low health? Jesus. Where is Diced? Oh! Why are they doing so much damage to them? To get a second sword attack off. Steve's sword leveled up. That's good. That's a little bit better. Where the hell is Diced? They gotta poison people. Zero damage. That's great. I'm glad I did 0 damage there. That's what I wanted. The 3 spear and knife, that's good. Cool. They were sailing down. Maybe Dice is down on this coast somewhere. Just save before I sail into danger waters. She'd probably be doing fine damage if she wasn't if she didn't have such weak weapons currently. And wasn't in the back row. She's got too low of health to be sitting in the front row right now. Still almost at level 3 sword. Where is Dice? Oh, it's all the way over the other side. Right. No, don't get on there. I feel like I should go back to Cornelia, so I can get some decent equipment for Layla. These things hit ridiculously hard. Steven's sword leveled up, I think. I like that I say I should go back to Cornelia to buy equipment for Layla, and then just proceed not to do that. You're a smart cookie. Oh. Knife and spear leveled up. 4 now. They're starting to get to a decent level. Good. How did the sea snake not die off those? Are you kidding me? kills the sea snake here. It's not too bad of an encounter. Even Thunder leveled up, that's good. Very good, actually. Castle's there. Excuse me. Does it? No, it does not do any damage, but that's fine. How about you don't do that, Mr. Ogre Marjay? Ah, yes, perfect. 0 damage. There's a lot of... I don't understand why all of these enemy, like, monsters would just be cohesively working together to take us down. I have my doubts. Why are you so useless right now? Steve turned into a pumper. Good him nicely. Steve is turned into a pumper. Go away, don't come any closer. Well... You can't tell me what to do, child. Don't have any hints or anything. Well, I should actually save before I go in here in case there is enemies and stuff. I'm gonna tell my mom. Go right for it. Yep, weird child. Cottage. Convenient. Kind of what I wanted. It's a big idea. You're not the bad guys. I thought the Empire had sent their soldiers after us again. Wyvern's right in there. He's down to sleep right now. Mom says it's gonna die soon, but that's not true, is it? When I grow up, I want to be a dragoon, just like my dad was. Husband was a dragoon, the Imperial soldiers killed him along with the rest. My son and I are the only two left. In the room behind us is the last surviving wyvern. It seems to be trying to tell us something, but I cannot speak its tongue. If only we had one of the pendants, we'd be able to understand it. The cabin of wyverns lies north of this castle. Dragons fought valiantly, but the Empire knows no honor. They poisoned the wyvern's water. Wyverns writhed in agony until their last breath. Wyvern's dead, the dragoons were picked off one by one. Interesting. Ah. Very helpful there, Mr. Wyvern. Great use of your language. Let's go through the castle, see what's available here. To loot. I'm nothing if not efficient at essentially grave robbing. Unstop and curse. Unicorn horn. One that cures status ailments that wear off after battle. It has the same effect as Basuna. Right. Right. Okay. Sage's Wisdom, Gold Needle, Saint's Spirit, Wing Sword, Mallet, Cross, I don't. Eye drops. Can't hold anymore. Stone that maximizes intellect, a crystal that maximizes spirit. Okay. Better than it was. Still not great, but better than it was. Oh, sort of. Still got their best weapon skill, but learning some new ones. What about this? I've been collecting all the items as I go. Castle Finn, haven't been able to actually go in there yet. Haven't been able to explore the full town yet. Interesting. I have been collecting all the chests as I go. Efficiency. Get down there. Kind of. Move on, move on. Look at the damage she does when she actually has decent weapons. Holy hell! Steve doing some damage now. Holy hell. What happens when he gets a weapon he's good with? Alright, Steve. Just pulling out casual nearly 500 damage attacks. Not too bad of damage. Steve, knife leveled up. Good. I think... Yeah, 5 I feel like is the base requirement right now. Oh, she's left-handed. Interesting. Okay. Then we go in. Alright, apparently he just does a bunch of damage in general. These all stairs or are these rooms? They are all stairs. That's annoying. Auto with everyone. Eight. Interesting. Good damage, good damage. They're really pulling out the numbers here. It's not bad. 394. Why couldn't you have done that much damage every other time? Be able to tell me this takes me to a chest. Down. Top right one takes me nowhere, and the bottom right one takes me Put chests, 2 chests, and another down. The last one ran away. Kinda convenient. That is kind of convenient. $530 damage. Damn. Contains an ether. That's a good item to get in here. That's good. Steve, you might be a bit of a tank at the moment, but you're not doing much damage, and that's... It's just not on, my dude. It's just not on. Spear is up on Steven. Somewhat helpful. This takes me to another down. Now, if I had taken the other pathway... Either of those downs, and from those downs, take the bottom one, I get a chest. If I take the other one, I get 2 chests, and then progress to another down. See what goes from this down path. 2 of them. Not weak to fire, that's for sure. They have a lot of health. Slightly weaker to Blizzard, but not really. Blizzard seems to be the one that does the most damage to them. Stiff sword up, Layla's staff up. That's good. I want to go the other pathway just because there's way more chests now appearing on that pathway. This is fine. I thought that would have been just enough damage to kill him there. Alright, no matter. No matter. Revenant. I'm a fan of this encounter. Definitely not a fan of the double Gigas encounter. Especially when Steve's damage rolls are so low. How does she take more damage than she's ever taken? How are they taking so much damage right now? They've literally never taken this much damage. Oh, she's dead. Oh, that time he rolls high on the first attack. Why are they taking so much damage? Ah, bastard. That's fine. Maybe Layla will get some health here. Knife leveled up, life leveled up, spear leveled up, sword leveled up, staff leveled up. She got some more health. God. Go to the bottom right one. Yellow souls. I feel like the last time I fought a soul, I cast a spell on it and it healed it. And it was like, I cast an ice spell on a fire thing. That healed it. I'm gonna risk it again. I haven't got that much health. That healed them. Of course it did. Why wouldn't casting Blizzard on a fire demon thing heal it? Please stop casting that. Got it. Up bottom. One there as well. I think from memory I want to take the bottom left for one chest and then it's the middle exit. Oh, they have super low health. What the hell? They're like 30 health each. The heck? The heck? Why are they rolling some of the lowest damage they've ever rolled right now? The Werebuster doing extra damage on them? I feel like it is. I think she's still got the Werebuster equipped. The Werebuster does appear to be doing extra damage to them. Good. Steve's almost got another sword rank. Throw armor. Really don't like this encounter. Particularly don't like this encounter when the damage rolls off Steve are so low. Also don't like how much damage Steve takes off these guys. Why is it trying to run away? I do not know. I do not know. Spear, sword, and staff leveled up. Good. Oh, I do want to go in there. Damn it. Oh, I can use, warp. Use one of the spells that takes me up a floor. Interesting. Eve can wipe most encounters by himself at this point, which is nice. Which is nice. I think after this item, might be worth leaving and using the cottage. Purely to get the MP back on these guys. Useless, Steven. Useless. She hasn't got mana now. It's annoying. Is there only land turtles and not adamantoids? Adamantoids would make this a little more difficult. Found a pendant. I wouldn't have to go through any more of the cavern. I just went back now. But I don't have magic to use. Teleport. How much a small amount's meant to be. And it's not too far to the actual exit to leave and use cottage. Bill Gigas, for the love of God, please. Why are you so tanky? Thank you. One, why are you so tanky? Two, why do you have so much health? Neither of those things are acceptable. Lucky they have no health. Steven's health went up. That's cottage. Maybe a waste. Who's to say? Say. Now we go back in. Almost a complete wipe. They're all getting somewhat stronger at this point, which is nice. It's a good thing I went and checked that room for the pendant. Fuck the ambush. Holy hell. It's a good thing that he's still a strong hitter, even when blind. That did more damage than I think it probably should have. Those skeleton models look goofy as hell. Goofy as heck. 2, and it's a preemptive. Dangerous, threatening, uncomfortable. All words I would use lightly. Ambushed? Look, give me a preemptive strike on probably the easiest encounter in here, but the one that's most dangerous, I would say. That they don't worry about. Please stop paralyzing everyone. Thank you. Maybe with this encounter I do want to kill all the weaker ones up the front first. They're the ones that are making this fight in particular dangerous. Three. She did a whole 3 damage. I don't know why I had to think about this encounter. I don't think it's actually given me just revenants so far. I was like confused. I had to think about if they were actually a dangerous enemy or not. Short answer to that is no. No, they weren't. Being sold. They have even less health than the yellow souls. Oh, that's just sad. Mage's Staff. Have the trident. Gosh. Whoa! Alright, buddies, what do you got so much health for? Yeah, Stiv's gonna be feeling a bit weak for a little bit now that he's got 2 weapon types he's not particularly good with. Layla's learning 2 of them now. She already had sword skill, but now she's got to learn axe skill. Nice. Single hill Gigas, too bad. A little bit how you going with people learning weapon skills, but that's fine. Layla axe went up. Cool. See if halfway to 3 maces. Oh, shield. A waste of my damn time. Swear to God, if they all do fire 5, I'm going to cry. Why? Yeah, cool. Taking out the front ones first. It's interesting that her favored hand is her left hand, but still attacks with its second. Can't use Cure anymore, but that's fine. Got to use eye drops on her. That was the real reason I went into the menu. Max leveled up. Holy shit. The damage ranges, particularly in this Final Fantasy 1 and this one, I don't get how he can do 130 odd damage off 8 hits sometimes, or do 500 damage off nearly 400 off 7 hits, you know. Same weapon. This doesn't make sense to me. In the same battle, too. Two chests above me. And that's it. I like that I say there's 2 chests above me and will go instantly to walk over the bridge. Just want consistent damage rolls, you know? Why did that do 469 damage? I mean, nice. But I just don't get it. Staff leveled up on Stiff, Layla's sword and axe leveled up. Good. Thief almost level 7 daggers. Nice. They drop Giant's Helms. That's kinda nice. I didn't know they dropped Giant's Helms. Good gloves. Wind Revenants. It can be a dangerous encounter. They have way more health than I thought they did. What gold do I have? 74k. Throw a mirror. Mirror that guards against magic attacks has the same effect as wall. Okay. Like, I'm gonna come in here with, it's been like 40k gold that I've made in here. I guess that's about right. They're not dropping exorbitant amounts of gil. I think that's probably about right. So I'll have a lot of items to sell when I leave here. Not too bad. Not that I know where I can actually spend the gil right now. There appear to be any town. Well, actually, I think there was a town that had better gear, but I'll get if I can remember where it was. Might have been Palamecia. Have I been to Palamecia? Knife on Steve and spear on Steven. Still. Ah. Why is this always an ambush? Alrighty. Yes, do 740 damage to the enemy with 30 health. That's what we want. We want them to regret their life decisions. I get in there. Bet I'm gonna have to come back to this cave and I'll have an item to get across that bridge that breaks. Oh, these have a concerning amount of health. Also do a concerning amount of damage. The other ones do 99 damage. I'm so perplexed. $50's not too bad. Huh. Thought that might have been enough to kill her. Okay, Adamant toys obviously have way more health than I thought they did. Significantly more health than I thought they did. Monsters. 4 of them. Ah. Blizzard with her again, actually. This is a kind of difficult counter. I can just attack for the final round, and I think that should be enough to kill the last. I was expecting that to kill that, actually. Knight's armor. Rainbow. Go back to Castle Dice because I've got the pendant, so I can actually talk to the Wyvern now. Or Stiv. Now he's got to learn to use another weapon again. At least he'll be well rounded with all weapon types. As the game progresses. And bow leveled up, that's good. Hate that you can't walk in from the top of the castles. Get out of the way, child. We seek your aid in destroying the Empire, our common foe. Will you help us? The Empire's poison already courses through my veins. I will not escape the fate that befell my brood. I have one last request to make of you. Take this egg to the cavern north of here and submerge it in the life spring. In the last remaining wyvern egg. If it's not submerged in the life spring soon, it will wither and die. But I fall down the bridge. The egg, the last of the wyverns, take it to the life spring, I beg of you. I heard the lowermost cabins of the cavern hold the life spring, the place where I was using this as a hatchery. I do have to go back. I go to the town first. Mainly so I can use the inn. Here and Blizzard. Up to Hellfire. Good. I don't land on the island. So let me put the ship in a slightly better position when I get back as well. Which is nice. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba. Ooh, this town had good stuff in it. No, definitely does not. Anyone Gil? That's fine. What spells did they have in this town? Yeah, Basuna, Isuna. Item shop. They think about it. Buy all the potions again. I don't really need to buy them. Yeah, that should be fine. Evidently was not the town I was thinking of that had better equipment. It was the town that Joseph was in. Just gave better equipment for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. On Gil. Hog. Hoggy Woggy, as Josh would put it. Hoggy Woggy. But I can't make as many songs out of the Final Fantasy II battle music. Very upsetting. Up stalactites. Jesus. Now we get to the town and we save. Town and save. I say town and save. I mean, I think cabin and save. An entrance. Now we save again. The only downside to the bow, and I guess it's made up for with having better accuracy and decent damage, is that you can only attack one enemy per turn if you have the bow equipped. Ba 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 la da. Blizzard did enough damage to kill it last time. At least Stiv seems to be doing decent damage now, and the second one ran away. But why? Oh, another giant's helm. Now they all have giant's helms. Preemptive, good. Flamebow putting in the work. Okay. I don't get why these soul enemies have such little health. Now that I look at it, I can see the... I'm not particularly certain as to how it expects me to get past it. Stiv has some serious health finally. There's like a secret passage from this end. Nice. Flamebow's almost leveled up again. Well, the bow skill's almost leveled up again. Need to get there. There's a secret path in this section. That. Layla's health is kinda low. Probably do something about that. Man, they heal for so much. They do so much damage. They heal for so much too. Ah. Oh, apparently I'm just missing a thing. I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. Unfortunate it wasn't enough to kill it. Then I probably could have one-rounded this fight. That's fine. Cool. So I'll probably get through this dungeon and then I will stop for now so I can have lunch and stuff. I may be on a little bit later. Got a desire to do some longer streaming today, so I may take 20 or so for lunch, come back afterwards. We'll get through this cave first. I'm not far off being done with it. With the eye drops. We got KFC today, which is nice. I've had a bit of craving for KFC. Interestingly, what I found when I was in America versus coming home, KFC in America, very different. Not a fan of the KFC in America. Not a fan. Oh, I meant to go... Right. Yeah, our closest one's pretty good. Haven't had any issues with it, at least, anyway. I used to work at KFC. KFC was my first job. I did that for 3 years. Worked at KFC for 3 years. Then I worked in a kitchen for a year, and I was an electrical wholesale for 4 years. And I will never go back to hospitality because I cannot stand it. Cannot stand hospitality. Wow, these guys have less than 20. They either have 25 or less health. Oh, damn. Why are they so weak? Whatever the boss is at the end of this cave doesn't know what's coming. Unless it's resistant to physical attacks, in which case it's probably gonna wipe the floor with me for a little bit. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay. We're almost through the cave. Almost there. If I wasn't dumb and had have noticed the narrow path the first time I came here, would have been fine. Wouldn't have had any reason to go down all the way, and I would have had to do it twice, but would have been fine. Interestingly, the first trip into this cave can be over almost instantly. If I had have just gotten the pendant and gone back. But I like to make things difficult for myself. Getting there. Getting through the cave. Slowly but surely. At least the Hill Gigas isn't a particularly stressful encounter anymore. Double Hill Gigas probably still be a little stressful, but single Hill Gigas, not in the slightest. These guys have more health than I would like. They do more damage than I would like too. They have more health than I would like. One chest in here. Where's my phone blowing up? Oh. Potion. I have 3 blind turns. Vial. Ah, good. Just clean, easy sweep of a fight. Mucho better. Mucho better than the Revenants, which have been the bane of my existence. Did I get all the items in the cave? I did. Nothing else. Talking about the Revenants. Yeah, I realistically should have Steve target a different enemy to start, I think. It's fine. They had more than 240 health though. I swear to God, if it's the most obvious one where the door's on the other side of it, I'll be real mad. Game's never that nice to me any other time. Another wing sword. The acid vial do. Acid that deals poison damage. Chimera after egg. Thanks, Steve. No, that's alright. No stress at all. I appreciate the presence. Alone means a lot. Take that much damage off all those blazes. Good to know Steve can essentially take out a whole Chimera by himself. That wasn't a particularly stressful encounter. Gently to the bottom of this. Got to heal Steven. Could be problematic. I don't think it will be, but it could be. But spear leveled up. That's good. Daggers on Stiff need leveling now. Fine. Use Steve's Cure. The last living wyvern is dead, but the egg you placed in the spring remains. Someday it will hatch, and the wyvern will spread its great wings and soar through the sky for the rebels. Wyverns can't thank you for what you've done, so allow me to do so in their place. We are grateful. So, wyvern is dead. Oh, he's dead. I guess we take the ship back to Cornelia and tell Gordon what's going on. Got to take the blind off Stiv. Why am I still playing? Alright. Cool. Cool. Get way too absorbed. No problem. Alrighty. We're going to end it there for now. I'll likely be back on later with some more Final Fantasy 2. I was hoping to finish it today, but 12 minutes took a little bit longer than I expected it to. So I'll probably be back in an hour or so, depending how I'm feeling. Otherwise it might just be an after dinner sort of shorter stream for another 3-4 hours. But yeah, I appreciate everyone hanging around. Thank you, Nick Mal, for the follow earlier today. I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging around, Spencer. Presence is all that I need. Means a hell of a lot to me. And thank you, Anyala. You're probably asleep right now, but thank you for always lurking. I see you, and I appreciate you. I'll see you guys later. Peace.